All right, so now we're going to kind of get into identifying your stuttering behaviors. So this might be another uncomfortable task for you. It's called tallying. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to really focus on when you're disfluent or when you experience those blocks that you mentioned earlier, and any other behaviors you think may be contributing to your stutter. Okay? So keep in mind those two things. Try and really focus on them when I'm asking you the questions. And then when you know this one, you'll just make a mark on your page. So the first 4 will be dashes, and then your 5th one will be a slash. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then after our first question, we'll kind of compare some things that I saw that you might not have seen, and then we'll do it again until we're kind of on the same page. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want you to talk a little bit about what you have planned for this upcoming weekend.
I am going to Mud Hens game with my family. We are going on Friday night. I haven't been able to spend much time with them because of school. So I'm pretty excited.
That sounds like a fun weekend. All right, so let's kind of compare our tallies. All right, so I see you have 6 right here. All right, so I noticed like about 13. These were a combination of blocks, and I noticed you were like prolonging some of your sounds a little bit, a lot of which were at the initial position of your words. So what are some disfluencies that you noticed?
I really notice my blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Those seem bigger to me.
Okay. They're bigger, maybe more noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That and my ones.
Like your repetitions of sounds. Okay. And what I also noted was a couple secondary behaviors. You had a lot of eye blinking during your blocks and during your sound prolongations. You also had a lot of head movements, like head movements down. Okay? So I want you to also pay attention to those in our next time. So I know you notice your blocks a lot more than your other sound prolongations, so try and focus on both the next time around. And also any like tension or extra movements. Those might be difficult because they might be like habitual for you right now, but we'll work on noticing those, okay? All right. So now tell me a little bit about your favorite hobby.
I really like swimming. I like it because I don't have to talk. My head is in the water most of the time, so I don't have to talk.
Okay. So you really like it because it's kind of your own time. You don't necessarily feel like you have to communicate with other people during this time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so let's compare our tallies. All right, you had 5 and I had about 6 for your disfluencies. So you felt like you kind of focused a little more and stayed more in tune to when those were occurring?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how about your extra movements or your secondary behaviors. You had 4? I had 4 as well. So you did a good job paying attention to those as well.
Okay.
All right, so the purpose of that was kind of just identify and kind of noticing those behaviors and feeling a little bit more control in them, okay? So we're going to use this as kind of like a progress monitoring tool throughout therapy and making sure you're identifying those moments. And they might become a little bit more comfortable for you now that you're kind of accepting them and making note of them, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's move on to a couple techniques to communicate more easily.